Hey guys, new video. This is going to be a gaming habits video. I thought this would be a fun one to do. Those kind of things with your, those habits you have with gaming. I've got like 14 of them here, and I want to share these with you, and then see what some of your guys' gaming habits are, like weird ones or strange ones or just very particular ones. And I guess I'll start right off with one that I've told people before, and that's I only play one or two games at once. Usually it's a handheld game and a console game, or just one console game. In fact, for a while now, it's been either one handheld game or one console game at a time. And this is something I've done ever since, like, I want to say it was like back like with like GameCube and Xbox and PS2 games, where back then I would play a whole bunch of games at once, and I would end up just not finishing a lot of them. I'd put in maybe 10 or 20 hours into each of them and then just kind of stop. I found myself just not being able to finish games. So I decided to make a rule for myself at that point where just play one game at a time, finish that, and then move on to the next game. It's been that way with me ever since then. And I like having it that way. I don't know. I can take my time with a game and just it makes it so that I finish games, which I enjoy finishing games, and that's one of the other habits I've got down here, is that I really try to finish games. Like if even if it's like an average game, if I'm finding it very average or if I'm loving it, I'm always going to try to finish it, or if it's very difficult as well. In fact, the only time I don't finish a game is if I flat out hate it. That's about the only time I try to finish a game, or I don't finish a game. So that's another one of my habits. I'm just very, I just have to finish my games. I just can't leave them unfinished. Another gaming habit is I hate using guides to play games. I don't want to have to look up a guide before I play a game or as I play a game. This is a weird one. I don't know if a lot of people have this same thing, but for me, it takes me right out of the game if I'm stuck on a certain part, and I just have to resort to a guide to figure out what I'm supposed to do. That it pisses me off so much. I don't know why. It just always has. And having a guide at your side while playing a game, I can't stand it. It completely takes me out of the game, and I hate being taken out of a game like that. So that's another kind of thing I've got. This is an interesting one that the people have told me while I'm playing games. I have a really bored look on my face, even if I'm really loving a game. I never smile while playing a game. People have told me I look like I'm just so unhappy, and I'm not into games at all when I'm playing them. So that's something for me, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. It's just a little strange habit, I guess, that people have noticed. Another habit is with saving games. Like if a game allows you to save at any point, I will save like almost constantly. Like I'll always I'm playing Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky right now on Steam, and you're allowed to save anywhere. Almost every 2 minutes or so, I'm going into the menu and saving. I'm like that with games. I don't know why that is. Because I guess maybe I'm scared to lose my progress, and I hate losing progress, so I'm just like, save. Games with quick saving, I'm just, I'm constantly just quick saving. Then another gaming habit, this is kind of a weird one. I find it hard to play games for short periods of time. I think a lot of people are not going to be with me on this. Games that are very pick up and play, I find shoot 'em ups are kind of like pick up and play type games, or sometimes puzzle games. I find it kind of hard to get into those. And a lot of like mobile games are like that. I don't know if I've said this, but I can't stand like mobile games, like iOS games and Android games. Like I can't stand that. But when I play games, I usually play for 2 hours or more, and that's probably why I like RPGs more than other genres, because with RPGs you generally have to sit down and spend some time playing them. But I granted, a lot of this might be because I have more free time than most people, I gotta say, so I can put in a lot of hours into a game when I sit down to play one, but I find it hard to want to play a game where you're just going to be playing it for 30 minutes or an hour. It's usually when I play a game, I'll find myself playing it for 2 hours or more. So that's kind of a weird habit. I think that will change the older I get. I think that does for a lot of people, but and not quite yet for me. Another gaming habit. When I'm playing games, whether it be a handheld game or a console game or a PC game even, I have to be on a couch. This is a weird one. If I'm playing on a chair, or if I'm like a lot of people like lay on their beds playing like handheld games before they sleep. I can't do that. I find that insanely uncomfortable. I have to be on a couch with back support and just like having my I have like this stool where I have my legs out. Like I can't play games otherwise. Like, and that goes with keyboard and mouse. Which for like PC games, like I've got my mouse and my keyboard on the couch. I've got my keyboard on my lap. So with PC games where you pretty much have to use keyboard and mouse, like simulation games, I find I don't want to play them too much because it's uncomfortable for me. And if I'm playing on an actual computer screen, like how you're hunched over with the mouse and keyboard, like I just can't stand it. It's so uncomfortable to me. So yeah, I'm kind of weird in that way where I just have to be playing on a couch. It's kind of odd, I gotta say. Another gaming habit, multiplayer. If I see multiplayer in a game, I basically never touch it unless someone wants me to play with them, or sometimes I can be into a co-op mode. But mainly like competitive multiplayer, if it's in a game, I won't even touch it. Like I can't, like that's how much I dislike competitive multiplayer. And I've told you guys that before, I'm pretty sure. Another habit, which I think a lot of people will have this one. Whenever I play a game, I'm really thorough. Like, I'm always exploring every nook and cranny. I'm always taking my time. I'm very patient, especially with RPGs. I hate being rushed when I'm playing a game. My playstyle generally with video games is a very kind of patient, cautious approach where I don't like to rush head into things. I explore every possible option. In RPGs, before I go to where I'm supposed to be going, I try everything else. And I've been like that for a long time. I find myself more immersed in a game when I play it like that, and I love exploring. I love exploring in games. So, and that's another reason why I think I love RPGs so much. But yeah, that's another one. This is just a minor one, but I always have to go into the options menu before I play a game. Before I start up a game, I'm always in the options menu and just seeing what's there. I think a lot of people do this. I don't see why many people wouldn't do this, but and that leads into another one. I always turn on subtitles when I'm playing games. This is a new habit of mine, actually. This started maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I can't say why either. I just prefer having subtitles. Maybe because I like reading. I am a pretty fast reader, so I read what people say before they even say it in game. But I don't know. I definitely like to have subtitles on for every game I play. Another habit. I always have to have a drink while gaming. Maybe sometimes I don't, but I'm usually have like a water or a Coke when I'm playing games. But I never have food, which I don't know if a lot of people do this. With food, with me, it's a simple thing where it's like, if I'm eating, I'm going to get the controller sticky or dirty or messy, or my hands are going to be, got food on them, and I can't play games like that. And this has been a thing with me for a long time where, like, if I have friends over and we're playing multiplayer games, I can't stand it when they're eating food and playing with my controllers. It grinds my gears, man. I think a lot of people are probably the same. And I don't want to be a jerk to them, so I'm not saying, can you not eat with the controllers, but I don't know, that's almost kind of like a pet peeve of mine too. I can't eat food while playing games because it's going to get my controllers all fucked up. Another habit is with RPGs, and that's items. I'm very stingy with items in RPGs, healing items, potions, and things like that. I'll hoard them. Like, I will just flat out refuse to use them. Why that is, I'm not entirely sure. I think it has to do with the fact that I feel like I'll get to a point where I need them, and if I was using them the entire game, I might get to a point where I don't have them anymore, and I absolutely need them, and it will be a pain to have to go and buy more. This is a really stupid habit, because I really should use items more in RPGs, because I think it makes things harder for myself when I'm going through some of these RPGs. But yeah, that's another one. And finally, I don't want this video to be too long. This is with first-person shooters. I've always preferred a controller. I know a lot of people, mouse and keyboard. It has to be mouse and keyboard. With me, I don't know. Like thumbsticks to me are just I can aim better with thumbsticks, especially when they're on with like a 360 controller. I don't do as well with shooters on like say a PS3 controller, but that's a weird one. I think a lot of people aren't like that. But yeah, that's what I came up with. I'm sure there's some more, but I want to hear about your gaming habits. What are some weird ones for you, and maybe some uncommon ones or some common ones? I'm sure a lot of people would have the same habits as me that I've got here. But that will do it, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.